Gypsy here. In this pick a card, we're going to be talking about why people stare at you. So when you go about places and you have people staring at you, sometimes you feel a bit subconscious. You feel a little bit insecure, like as if you have something on your face or your appearance, or you just vibing well in the area. So in this pick a card, we're going to figure out why do people stare at you, what goes through their mind when they look at you. Okay, so for pile 1, we have this, I don't know what it is. It's actually a cute little character with a helmet on. And it appears to be like it's skateboarding on 3 wheels. And for pile 2, it's a simple lion. Okay, cute little lion toy. So you have pile 1, pile 2. Pick one. The timestamps will be below in the description box. See you at your pile. Thank you. Hello, pile 1. If you chose this cute character here that's skateboarding, let us see why people stare at you. Okay, pile number 1. Why do people stare at you? Before we get into our reading, let us look at the oracle message that we have today. And the oracle message that we have today is come to me. Attracting like a rose, receive abundance and desires. Okay, so these are the words that this oracle card has for you. Take whatever resonates and let us begin our reading. So the first card we have here is the 9 of Cups in reverse. Second card is the Strength card, and the third card is the 2 of Cups. Let us begin with the 9 of Cups card. So why do people stare at you? I'm hearing the word insecurity. People stare at you because maybe they sense that you are an insecure individual, and they're trying to find a way to, like, with that 9 of Cups card here, get out of your comfort zone. It came up in reverse because you can see here in this card, there's a person sitting in a flower and he looks very comfortable in his own space. And the 9 of Cups card is about like self-love, self-validation, loving yourself, not seeking approval from others. But since the card came out in reverse, people can sense that you need some sort of like validation, or they sense that you could be the weakest link, and they're trying to see, like, I'm getting a little bit of a bullying vibe, but they're trying to see if how would you react in that case. Like, this card is picking up energy from like the 8 of Cups card, which is a card about like walking away. So they want to see, like, are you going to be taking any initiative? Are you going to be like why are you looking at me for? Who do you think you are? Like, they're trying to push your buttons in a sense here. Which leads me to the second card, the Strength card. Strength card is about like having confidence and taking risk, as well as taking control of the situation. People stare at you because even though they might sense you're the weakest link, they also have something inside of them that you are one tough cookie. Like you can definitely say something. They're very curious to see how well you're going to handle them staring at you. Like, are you just going to like ignore them, or are you going to say something? They're very curious to see how confident you are in yourself and how well you handle yourself in these kind of situations. Okay, I am getting a little bit of like a bullying vibe. Maybe they just want to like make you feel uncomfortable for their own entertainment here, right? Because usually traditionally in the tarot, the Strength card, it shows a woman that's holding the mouth, the mouth of a lion, like as if it's almost a circus act a bit. Because why would anybody want to risk their lives around a lion's mouth, which is, I would consider like the weapon of the lion, because that's how they kill their prey. You know, they would use their mouth to kill them and then eat them. But this woman, you know, not in this card, but the traditional tarot, she's just opening the mouth of a lion as if, hey, look at me, I can do this. So this is more like of a circus act. They're just trying to do this for their own entertainment. And then lastly, we have like the Two of Cups, which is a card about creating like friendships. People may stare at you because they want to possibly be your friend. Again, like I said before, like they stare at you because maybe they are curious about you. They do want you to get out of your comfort zone. Maybe you're somebody that doesn't really like to make new friends, or you just you're very reserved. You could be quiet. You could be very picky on who is in your social circle. And this Two of Cups card is more so like this person just wants to create some sort of friendship with you, create some sort of interaction here with this Two of Cups. They may want to have some sort of interaction with you. Okay, something about you stands out to them, and they want to gain your attention by just staring at you, and so that they can see that, hey, you've noticed them. How are you going to react to that event? Okay, now I'm going to pull out cards from the Truth picture so that I can fine-tune this message a bit more. Warrior, mean, athletic. Warrior, mean, athletic. Yeah, I was mentioning before, like there was a bit of a bullying vibe on why they stare at you, because they do. With that warrior card, the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of a warrior is someone that's ready to fight. But the way I see it here is, with that warrior card, there's a sense of you not like, the sense of the person not afraid to raise hell in your life. Okay, this whoever the person is looking at you, they're not afraid to like cause a bit of a disruptive life for you in your life here. And with the mean card, to me it ties in with the warrior. You know, they sometimes when they stare at you, there I am sensing a bit of mean intentions behind it. Because with that Nine of Cups card is like they just want you to get out of your comfort zone. You know, they don't want you to be in this happy state. You know, see how she's just sitting behind the sun in a nice, what appears to be a lily pad. I'm not sure what that is, a lotus flower. But they just want to disrupt the peace. You know, there's something about you being peaceful just annoys them, doesn't make them happy. I guess when you see the oracle card here, when I think about the oracle card, I think of the divine feminine is more so like attracting, you know, being a state of like receiving, being happy. This person, the person that's staring at you, they look at you as somebody that doesn't have much drama going in your life. You know, you seem like to be a happy-go-lucky person, and that kind of triggers them. And with that warrior card, you know, I can't help but think of the movie 300, where you have all these men just screaming and yelling and looking all dirty, and they just want to just cause chaos in your life because they just can't handle the fact that you are so poised. That's why they stare at you. With the athletic card, you know, this is a card about like someone who is very fit, somebody that's into sports, you know, activity. I can't help but think of the word activity here. They want to start some activity with you. Like they just want to see, you know, sometimes they stare at you. Maybe they want to just start a fight with you. You know, they want to start a fight with you. They want to see some sort of like ruckus happening out of you. They want to see how much of a fool you can get. You know, they don't want you to, with that Two of Cups card, another message I'm picking up here is they want to disrupt your emotional balance. Like they see how calm you are. They see you, how you're not bothering anybody. You seem like someone that keeps the peace, and they may want to just like, hey, disturb that peace because they just don't, they just have that mean energy in them sometimes. So yeah, sometimes so it's the overall message I'm picking up here for you, pal number one, is that people stare at you because they just want to somewhat bully you in a way, right? That's what I'm feeling. They just want to bully you, and they see it because they see you that you're very calm and collected. You're someone that doesn't seem to be phased off by the littlest things. You know, you may not have a temper problem. You're not looking for trouble. You just want to live life in the most peaceful manner. Keep things in control with that strength card. You seem like you don't pay attention to like low vibrational people that are just not happy with themselves, and they just want to like cause trouble with other people's lives because they're just not happy in the state in their lives. So that's what I have for you, pal number one. Thank you for listening through that, and hope to see you in the next video. Hello, pile 2. If you chose this lion cub as your item, then we're going to figure out, why do people stare at you? Okay, pile number 2. That was fast. Why do people stare at you? before we get into our reading, let us look at the oracle message that we have for you today. And the oracle message that we have for you today is Temple of the Rose, Ancient Power, Expression, Activation, Scarlet Codes. Take whatever resonates from that oracle message. If none of it applies to you, then you may leave it. On to your reading. Why do people stare at you? Pile number 2. The first card, we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. Second card, we have the 6 of Wands in reverse. And lastly, we have the World card. So the first word I'm hearing, why do people stare at you, is humiliation. Now, let's just look at the first card. 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords, when I first saw it popped out, this is a card about like feeling trapped in your thoughts, in your mind. I feel like the person that is staring at you is having a lot of thoughts about you. There's something they probably want to say to you, but they're keeping it to like themselves. So you see here in this card, there's a woman that's like isolated, and then she's just like trapped. She's just trapped. I think she's blindfolded, or her hair is covering her eyes. I'm not sure, but the idea is she's trapped, and the storage represents like the mind, the mental state, as well as like communication. So there's a lot of things being held back from the person that is like staring at you. They probably have a lot of thoughts. There's something they really, really want to say to you. Something like, I don't know, but what the way I'm thinking of is, you ever go to like the grocery store, okay, and then you see somebody this is just an example, but they're wearing pants and their fly isn't zipped up, and they're walking around with like their fly unzipped, and you're just feeling a little bit embarrassed for the person, and you don't know how to like approach the person. You don't want to embarrass them, or you don't know how would they react when you come up and say, hey, your fly is open, or in that case, anything that's kind of embarrassing that way. This is what I'm feeling here with the 6 of Swords. It's like, man, maybe there's something that person saw of you, and they're like, how can I tell this person that this is happening to them without acting so rude, or acting so like making them feel uncomfortable in a sense. They're just kind of trapped in their thoughts here. With that 6 of Wands card, the 6 of Wands again is a card about like recognition, being seen in the public, is also victory. But it came up like in reverse. So again, I was talking about like humiliation, like feeling embarrassed, like this person wants to talk to you, but they probably don't want to like embarrass you in public, or they don't want you to embarrass them in public here. The person that's staring at you could be a bit like insecure. They could be someone that's in their head a lot. They could be self-critical of themselves, and they stare at you because maybe they're just trying to find ideas or ways without coming up to you as like creepy, coming up to you as like disrespectful, coming up to you as like someone who's very weird in a sense. Okay. And we also have like the World card. They stare at you because they probably see you as somebody who is very fulfilled, someone that's very successful. They stare at you maybe because they notice other people are staring at you as well. So in that case, this person, I feel like with that world card, it's not just one person. It's a lot of people that stare at you. A lot of people stare at you in a sense. There's with these two cards together, the Six of Wands and the World card. People sense that you are someone that is um well put together, someone who's very successful, somebody that could be in with the world card there, it could be you could look like someone who's very famous, someone who has a lot of followers, somebody that has like an established business or an established reputation, or they sense that from you with that world card there. Okay, but with that Eight of Swords card, the Eight of Swords card tell me that, these people are in their heads, they're trying to process it, they're like, have I seen this person before? Where have I seen this person before? If not, how can I talk to them? All right. That's what I'm picking up here, because you see in our oracle card there are these women. There are a lot of people in this card, a lot of them. So there's a lot of people that are staring at you. All right, and I did mention earlier in the reading there's a little bit like humiliation, because we have the Six of Wands in reverse, which draw energy from like the previous card, which is the Five of Wands, which is about competition and fighting. Sometimes they could be in like people may want to people just want to talk to you, but then it's like they feel like they might embarrass themselves around you because they do see you as the World card. All right. Sometimes with the Eight of Swords, that Eight of Swords in reverse, it draws energy from the Six of Swords, which is like people talking about you behind their back. Not so in a good way, but they just like they might have heard some stuff about you that you may not like. But then again, I guess with the World card and the Six of Wands, you are someone that could be very popular. Okay, you could be someone that's very, very popular. And they stare at you to see if whatever the rumors or whatever the thoughts of you are even true. Okay? So let us go to our truth picture and fine tune this message a bit. We have aggressive. We have athletic. And we have ugly. Okay. So we have two cards here. The aggressive card. Why do people stare at you? So I did mention that with the Six of Wands card, the Six of Wands in reverse, that there was the Five of Wands as the previous card, which is all about like competition, competing, noisy. I guess people with that energy, with the aggression, it's a lot of activity, get going after what you want with a bit of a force. It could mean that people may want your attention in not such a good way. People might be a bit aggressive towards you. Then maybe they might be aggressively staring at you because like I said, you could be someone that's very successful. And with the ugly card there, it's when the ugly card doesn't necessarily have to mean your physical appearance. Okay, I did mention about like humiliation earlier in the meeting, in the reading. It sometimes people, they could just like I said with the Eight of Swords card, it's like holding back. Like there's probably certain things like they don't want to say to you. I did mention that the Eight of Swords, about that fly example, like they don't know how to come up, how can they approach that person and say, hey, your pants is not zipped up, because they don't want to embarrass them. I'm hearing that why saying from like what your grandma or your parents would say. If you don't have anything nice to say, keep it to yourself. All right, their people might have some really negative things to say about you with the ugly card, right? It doesn't have to be about your physical appearance, but it's just the person that's staring at you. It could be in fact an ugly person themselves, due to the fact that they just are low vibrational and they just want to bring you down. Okay, and with that athletic card, this is a card about like being able to, it's a card that also appeared in the previous reading, but it's also a card about activity, playing sports, being fit and active. So people stare at you because they see that you could be, again, I was saying that you guys were very popular. You might have a very popular social media account, right? It's very active. People might be like talking about you, about where you're going. The world card is a card about also travel and athletic. It could also mean about movement. So you are probably someone that moves around, or when people stare at you, there's something about the way you move, about the way you walk. Right? I am seeing this woman here with a fit body. Right? You might have a very nice body and people see that and they're staring at you because they're like, wow, how did this person take care of themselves so well? And they're very curious to see how you do it. Okay, so there's this reading is like scrambled all over the place. I'm not too sure if it's why people stare at you because it's either positive or it's either negative. There's a scramble in between. But overall, the message I got here from you, pile number one, is just that people have certain opinions about you, and I don't think you necessarily need to have a tarot reading for that. But with that Eight of Swords, people stare at you because they're keeping certain negative things about you to themselves. All right, I'm seeing that word scarlet codes on the card. I'm not too sure what scarlet codes mean, but whenever something is in code, it's like it's meant to be hidden in a sense. I don't know. There's something about the word code. When you're writing in code, you put it in a way where that not most people, in a way where people may not understand it. Only a few people might understand it. This Eight of Swords card is drawing energy from the Seven of Swords card, which is about deception, which is about sneakiness. There's something sly and sneaky about these people that are staring at you. It could be them getting a little bit of mean vibes. It's just these people might be a bit jealous here with the ugly card here. Don't feel bad. You're not ugly. You are definitely not ugly, but these people, they just stare at you. They could be talking about you behind your back and you don't even notice it. It's like, wow, why is pile number 2 dressed like that? Or why is pile number 2 at XYZ? How did pile number 2 get in XYZ? With that aggressive card, it's like I did mention humiliation with that six of from the beginning of the reading. Like they may want to humiliate you in public. They're trying to talk about you. Maybe you've been in an event and you heard somebody just like laughed at you when the minute you entered, let's say at a public bus or at like a public setting, and then they just start to talks amongst themselves about you. So yeah, and that's what I'm getting here for you, pile number 2. I'm sorry if this reading was a little bit of a downer, but then again, you shouldn't have to worry about what people say or think about you, because the way I see these 2 cards, the 6 of Wands and the World card, you are someone that is destined for success. No matter what, all eyes are on you. There are a lot of people that are staring at you. So I think, in fact, you are an attractive person. Okay, and they're just people that are very jealous of you. Okay, they're very jealous of you. Because I can imagine them with like these women here that are on this card. Like they're just trying to find ways to bring havoc to your lives. Right. But thank you for listening to this reading, and I hope to see you in the next one.